Please donate to our GoFundMe at the link below. Alright, the topic today is what would make a perfect martial arts school. So I'm opening up the comments to allow anybody out there to offer their feedback, giving their ideas on what they would consider a perfect martial arts school. And I'll just share mine as of late right now, what I think. I would think it doesn't have to be that big right away. Start off kind of small, but with funding. So like a nice facility is, I would say, where it would start, and that would require a lot of funding, where it's like a legitimate place that is just literally just a nice amount of space, because that become, is your home, it's the start point. So I would say like a nice parking lot, starting off maybe 10 cars that could park there, 20 or 30 or whatever, but just a small lot where people could just park once they get in there. Nice place that decent in size, doesn't have to be too big, but say hypothetically 2,000 square footage or more, maybe 3,000 or 5,000 square footage. And then once you walk in, it's a nice facility, kind of like some of these maybe gyms that you might go to, but it's more cultural. It's not so much Americanized, but you're stepping into like a different world, different decorations and artwork that's associated with the culture of that art. So say if it's Kung Fu, then it'll be like a Chinese cultural feeling and theme. Once you get in there, there should be nice that there is a nice locker room where you could put your things, and there's a shower, you could take showers, men's and women's bathrooms and all that. Nice showering facilities. And once you get in there, there's the training hall, which is like the open space where you would probably do some of the sparring and the meditation. There's mirrors around where you could check your form and things like that, and your technique. And there could be a separate area where there's a lot of like a weight room, like where you could do a lot of exercises, different types of exercises. So the fitness training would be conducted in that area. And then I would say the people, the instructors, they're highly trained in their areas, and there's training in like all different levels of combat, as far as the stand-up with the punches and kicks, and then there's the joint locking techniques, the control techniques from the standing position, and then also techniques that you could do from the ground, so ground fighting techniques and things like that as well. And then there's instructors that are trained also in all the weapons that you could think of. The most popular ones, like the nunchuck, the bow staff, the double sticks, the guns, various gun training. It'd be nice if the facility had a gun range where you can shoot, firearms indoors to practice. And it'd be nice to have like kind of like a meditation room, which is designed for meditation. And the classes, it'd be nice if the classes were at least for people that are really into the martial arts, 2 to 3 hour classes. And there'd be classes like 7 days a week, like 8 hours or 9 hours each day, where there's classes in 3 hour increments. So then there's 3 classes for 3 hours each, and then there's groups of people coming in for each class. Each group, 10, 20, or 30 students coming in for each group, 7 days a week. I mean, that's what I see. And as far as just having everybody trained up and having the finances and enough of the success in order for there to be where you can hire employees and people are helping and instructors are getting paid and they're getting paid really well. And we have like at least monthly, if not weekly, line dance performances, martial art demos, and things like that. And there's just a kind of like a family development where the higher that you get up with more training, more experience, and longevity, you get closer and closer with the family and the group. It's like a family atmosphere where it's not just training together, but really getting to know each other and bonding with one another. There's been a focus on the adult classes during the daytime, and then after school there will be a kids program that's filled up with kids learning. The classes for the kids would be between 1.5 hours and 2 hours long. Each of the kids programs could train at least 3 times a week, and kids have an opportunity to go in there after school and really get some really great training in and really develop themselves. There would be a ranking system based on sashes and things like that, where people would put a lot of time into earning them. I would say a minimum of 10 years to get to the black sash, if not longer. And people have a dedicated training path towards their development, and then they build a lot of respect, for their hard work. And then all the beginning students will see this hard work, and they will respect the instructors, for the time that they've put in and what they're capable of doing. But I envision it to be a place where it's not a commercial gym. It's an actual martial arts school that's based on the Eastern philosophy teachings, the philosophical teachings, and would have meditations every day of the week before the training. And people are immersed in the culture, the way that the facility is designed, all the decorations, and even the language, practicing the language and having the majority of the class be spoken within the Chinese language if it's Kung Fu, and just feeding off of each other's positive energy and building a lot of success, and then reinvesting into the business to either build a bigger facility with more training space and more parking space, and more locker rooms and more showers, or essentially branching off and having another location following the same format. The vision would be to have it to be successful like some of these commercial gyms, but not just be focused on just fitness, but actually be focused on the arts of the martial arts, the Kung Fu, the fitness, the meditation, and having that training structure and discipline, kind of like as if you're joining a police academy or a military, or you're being in the military. There's more discipline involved, and it's not just a service-oriented industry where it's just come and go as you please and quit when you feel like it, come back if you want to, jump to another gym. Like, no, like the people are truly dedicated to their training, and you're essentially building a family piece by piece until you have a large family of dedicated practitioners that are essentially committed for life and plan to train for life. And express and share this art and really be there for each other um, throughout the journey of life. And then the place is so successful that there is no problems of anybody with employment issues or financial issues, because there's enough business to be able to employ instructors, so then they can make a living while doing what they love. And of course there's a private training, private client as well, where people can train people privately during those hours. But during those hours there's private clients, and then there's also classes being run at the same time. And that's my vision of, to me, what would be the perfect martial arts school. And then the training is designed for not competition, not tournaments, but for street self-defense and survival, and having a great time testing out techniques and sparring, and maybe creating some very entertaining videos to really just establish a different energy for the martial arts, where it's not about competing, but rather about like reaching your own individual potential, you know, to defend yourself and to increase your awareness and your meditative skills, your fitness skills, and you know, maybe having celebrations rather than tournaments, just celebrating, you know, having gatherings where we're having great, you know, having great food and expressing the martial arts and doing the line dances, and just basically having a huge party, and to promote the school and the teachings and to share with the community, rather than having a combative tournament. It'd be more of like a display of the hard work and the skills of everybody, and maybe doing some sparring demos and all that, but just basically just sharing with people the beauty of the martial arts, and not have it be a sport competition type of thing, but more of a sharing and self-expression, artful expression. And that's my vision. I mean, that's what I feel would be, you know, the most perfect martial arts school. But you know, please share your ideas and what you think would be the perfect martial arts school, and I'll keep trying my hardest to try to make that a reality, and hopefully we could at least continue to move forward and get close. Thank you.